So this is the tarp. It has all laid down, if you've seen. And this is what happens when nylon gets wet. It expands. So now you've seen some people say, well, you can attach a tarp from the top to a tree. And if that's the case, then you would need to climb under your tarp and go outside and adjust it and then go back in. Where if you've got a pole inside your tarp like I have here, then you just need to adjust the pole, I hope, which is what I'm going to do now. Okay, after some configuring, I did have to adjust the stakes, bring the poles up tighter, a little bit of wrinkle. My back is laying down a little bit. I go back in, I'll use the second pole, put it up near closer to the back. So this is a 2-pole design. But I do think I've got it all set up and ready to go. The air in my Therm-a-Rest was half gone, probably from the air contracting is what that was. All right, bring out my sleeping bag, a couple other things, and get set up, and we will be ready to test some more stuff tonight. Right now I think it's around 25 Fahrenheit, and it's supposed to be a cold one. What else is new? You guys want to see something? Huh? See that? Here's your proof how cold it is. Hey Siri. What's the weather like?
It's currently clear and 22 degrees. Today's high will be 34, and the low will be 20.
What is the weather like in Celsius?
It's currently clear and -6 degrees. Today's high will be 1, and the low is -7.
Whew. Thank you, Siri.
Don't mention it.
Well, I left the sleeping bag out here for a good couple of hours. I wanted it to be completely cold, as if I was in the bush. As I got the camera set up and the lights and everything, I had no gloves on. So my hands were starting to turn red. I lost dexterity in my hands completely. When I went to shove my hands inside these gloves, I couldn't feel the edge of the wool glove. I didn't even know where it started or ended. So I had to take the glove out to see where my fingers were going in and then slide it back in the glove. I also do have the new booties on I bought, which I did a review on, and they were much cheaper booties compared to your $100 ones, but they are working. My feet are not cold at all. These, oh my God, my hands are so warm. And the sleeping bag is now starting to warm up. So that's nice. The Therm-a-Rest pad is awesome. And everything seems to be pretty good. Now I'm very comfortable. As you can see, I don't know if you see the smoke coming out. I'm not sure if you can see, but the whole inside of this tarp is covered in ice. Now what was awesome is it rained today all day. It poured. And it was a super amazing test to come out later and see what I put in here was dry. Nice and dry. So the tarp upheld that. So complete downpour in like fall temperatures like 40 Fahrenheit. And then, of course, the temperature dropping like you just heard. And now the tarp is icing up. So this is pretty cool. Now I'll bet it'll start snowing in here. My only worry about this tarp, because it's huge, I love how huge it is a lot of times I bring my equipment down into the bunker, and my tents or my tarps, I spread them out and let them dry out for 24 hours. So they're good and dry before I put them away. But this thing's huge. So I don't know where and how I'm going to spread this out yet to dry out. And that is a small concern that I'm going to have to figure out. But as for the size, is a 15 by 15 tarp worth it with the amount of room I have inside here? And oh my God, I'm going to say yes. I mean, yes, it's 3.8 pounds. Probably when it rained on it, went up to 4.5 pounds. Who knows? Because, you know, it does obtain some water. But the amount of room I have in here, I could sleep 4 men in here easy. Eat with gear, easy. So I like that. Now, let me just say, if you're building get-home bags or go bags or anything like that, you can get a Amazon basic tarp, and they're not super big. They're just under 10 by 10. I think they say 9.8 by 11, which is not true. It's always less. So consider an 8 by 10 is what it probably is. And I mean, for under 20 bucks. That's amazing. Super light, super compact. And to put that in a get-home bag, you know, with a few stakes and a few lines, if you were stuck someplace and you were coming home and a downpour was coming, you've seen the clouds getting black. I mean, to set that up would take you minutes. And then to sit down and wait until the rain passes, you know, half an hour, whatever. Pack it up, throw it in a bag, and off you go home again. I mean, staying dry is very important, especially in cold temperatures. That is the very biggest things, and being layered. And probably the cheapest way to go. Now, I'm running a long sleeve merino wool hunting shirt from Koo. And I also have a Koo, however you say it. I've also got like a thinner type of jacket. So I got a 2-layer on. I'm just wearing my nylon pants. I decided not to wear the long johns just to see how they would do, with the booties and the gloves and a hat. Now this hat does have eye sockets and a mouth socket, so I can keep my face extremely, extremely warm. I'm actually very comfortable. You know, coming and getting into the tarp was uncomfortable. I mean, have to set up lights, cameras, get everything placed, get everything set up, and make sure everything is an arm reach from me. That is very, very, very important. Now, this is my second test. It would be my first test of 2026 of really putting this gear through its testing. Now, wintertime, in case you didn't see those other videos, it's nothing to mess with, especially if you're in northern climates, Minnesota, you know, up in that area. I mean, we're talking minus 40 below. So, could I do minus 40 below? I could do it with this equipment, yes. My Therm-a-Rest is an R7, which is good for really low temps. And my sleeping bag is probably good for minus 20. I don't know. Layer up a little more, I'd probably be fine. But if I was there, I'd be testing it. I used to live in Minnesota. I lived there for quite a few years. And what I didn't like about Minnesota wasn't the cold, even though it was really cold, was the mosquitoes. I think it's their state bird. I mean, mosquitoes are so bad in Minnesota. When I left the house and grabbed some groceries, went back in the house, By the time I came out, there was a billion mosquitoes outside my door. They were starving. You literally, well, I did anyways, would do my groceries where it was one trip. When you pulled up in front of the house, everybody would grab 3, 4 bags, and we would make a run for the house. And running to the house, you were fine, shut the door. Of course, the mosquitoes came now, and they'd all be waiting for you outside. You didn't want to go back out. So, and the person that did go out was quite brave. But since I'm in Tennessee now, which I love, I mean, sometimes these cold temps are a little bit to deal with. But it happens. We do get down to single digits. I don't know if we will this year, but we do. And that is, you have to have gear that does that. That is if you want to camp in the winter. So, and this ends part 1.